One of the biggest problems I see in all of basketball is players not understanding pace. There's so much money to be made when you understand it. How to get to the basket becomes easier. How to get your shots off becomes a thing of beauty. And whether you're Luka Doncic, strong, physical, have the ability to shoot over people and bully your way to the basket, you need to understand your change of speed and your overall pace. Or if you're Trae Young, you're super quick, you're lightning in the bottle, you also need to understand pace, because if not, you could run into people, you could get bullied, it will make it even harder for you to get to the basket, and it will also make it so much harder to create your own shot being a smaller player. Now, it's so many different aspects of getting to your spots and understanding pace, but our first one we're going to have to dive into is our training pace. Everything you do in the game, you must do at practice or it will not work. One of the biggest components of having your own pace is using your offhand as much as possible so that you can be physical. You won't have people grabbing you and throwing you off your rhythm. And another thing kids have to work on is staying low. Look how low he is. He has great rhythm when he's dribbling it. And this stuff also translates to the game. Being smooth doesn't just start in game situations. Now, notice AJ Johnson, he's upright, extremely high, his legs are extremely weak, and he's going through the motions. Back to Paul George, he's lower than this guy who's training him. He's smooth, the ball's going underneath his knee, and I want you to watch how his eye level is at his chest, so he wins the low game. He's already practicing that, and that's just in the workout. Whereas AJ Johnson is eye level with a trainer that's way too high, and you're just building bad habits. Focus on being low and dribbling with rhythm and pace when you work out. Let's look at Luka's pace first. I think he has a lot of great things in his game, which helps him make accurate reads. If you want to make more accurate reads, please slow down. Everything's not a race. You're not trying to sprint to every spot. And contrary to what high school and college coaches say, you need to slow down so you can make accurate decisions. You can see how low Luka's getting before getting into this change of direction and then making his decision. Make sure you're staying low, because I'm telling you right there, that can help change your game. And with Luka, you'll notice he can shoot the ball at an extremely high level. When you're not the best athlete, you need to be able to get people to guard you really closely. And the only way to do that is by having a consistent jumper off the catch first, and then you want to expand to off the dribble move. Having these read options help you make clearer decisions. You can see him change pace once to help him make a more accurate read. Then he does another hang dribble so that he can make another read. He's made 2 reads already. He sees that he has enough space, and he's able to get that good shot off. This stuff takes time to develop, but practice your hang dribbles, your float dribbles, your in and outs. All of those type of moves help you make better decisions in the long run, and there's no one better at it than Luka Doncic. But it starts with your shooting, like I said, especially if you're not the biggest or you're not the guy who's going to be the fastest or quickest. You need people to have to come out there and guard you close so that you can use your physicality and your moves just work so much better. Now, going into more read moves here, you can see Luka hit the hang dribble so he can make a read. He makes another read because he used another hang dribble. Then he's making another read to see what he's going to do, what direction he's going to go. A pump fake. He's still making reads here, looking at his defender. What is the help defense doing? And that's what makes him so great. Another read move here on the fake step back helps him make good decisions. And you'll notice Luka will use a lot of pump fakes. And in those pump fakes, he'll make correct passes. He'll take the right shot. All that stuff is giving him more time to make these decisions. And another thing you guys have to do is find the contact, especially if you're a guy who's not jumping really high, you're not a super explosive athlete. Find the contact. Another thing that's huge is shoulder level. You can see Luka standing up tall. That lets the defense relax. He gets back low, ready to attack. He notices his guys playing off, so he hits the floater. Once again, he's low. Then he rises up, makes the defender relax just a little bit, explodes to the basket, gets extremely low for the drive, sees that he draw 2, he did his job, and gets off the ball. We have to make sure that we're also having an extremely active offhand. Luka is low in this position here. He uses his left hand to get to his spots. You have to be able to use it if you want to play at your speed. Once again, he uses his offhand to blow by Russell Westbrook, which helps him get to the basket. Having an active offhand is one of the most fundamental things in today's basketball game. He uses offhand twice. Look like he's moving that hand away, which makes Russell Westbrook, even with his supreme athleticism, not be able to catch up to him. It looks like a blow by, but really it's using his offhand. Once again, he does it again to Russell Westbrook. He can't use his speed in these situations. He draws to and he makes the right reads. Guys, be active. Practice that when you're playing pickup as much as possible. Obviously, the last one's going to be his change of direction. It's absolutely elite. You'll watch him change direction 3 or 4 times at least when he's getting cut off by more athletic guys. That's one change of direction. He changed direction again. His defender is off balance constantly. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So he understands that all he needs is one more change of pace move to really create separation and knocks the shot down. Changing direction starts with you being extremely low and making sure that you can explode out of all your movements when the guy does not beat you to the spot. Finding that separation starts with low hips and low shoulders. The more you can sell the shoulder movement on these drives, the better you'll be. But you have to make you're attacking the defender's waist constantly. Chris Paul is another great example for you young kids out there to understand hang dribbles, how to do certain moves to make sure that you can make the accurate reads. And you can see Chris Paul knocking these shots down. It's so important for you guys. If you really want to be a really great player, especially if you're smaller, you have to be ready to shoot these shots when you're open. You can see him taking his time, making his read, using his shoulders at different heights. And then as soon as he sees his opportunity to score, he's aggressively taking it. When the higher levels you get, the more, faster, more athletic the defenders get, so your processing speed has to be extremely fast. Every single time that they're playing him low, he's shooting the shot with confidence. This plays a huge part in your pace. The more that you're able to process these open opportunities, the better it will be for you, which then will open up everything else for your teammates. But you have to be aggressive. Now, for you guys who are really quick, really great shooters, you don't want to be super physical, Trae Young is a great guy to study. Obviously, when you're this quick, you have the ability to shoot extremely well. All you need is a millisecond to get your shot off. And that's something Trae Young is extremely aware of, and that sets up the whole rest of his game. Even though he's not the most efficient from 3, he's such a threat because of that. Your first thing you'll notice with him though is even though he's little, he's really physical and he keeps his feet moving almost at all time. All he's looking for is a little bit of space to get his shot off. He's a 4-level shooter, meaning that he could shoot 3 or 4 steps behind the 3-point line, and because of this, people have to play him so tight, which then opens up driving lanes and dropping opportunities, and also allows people to have to beat him and sprint to a spot, thus creating space. And he's really good at using his offhand too. This offhand usage can lead to people falling, and obviously these reads that he makes one read here on the hang dribble, another read on the hang dribble. The guy overcommits because he shoots the ball so well and he gets that easy shot to go. People have to understand when you can shoot the ball well, a lot of your moves can be hezzies. That could be your time to read. It could be your time to throw a defender off and make him get closer to you, which then could really open up your game. He has a more herky-jerky kind of style. He's not always the lowest, but he uses a series of pump fakes to make the game easier for him. He's not always sprinting. A lot of times he's jogging. He's up high a little bit more, but he's just so quick that he's able to use a quick second to pull back or hang dribble, and that is all he needs to make these great reads. That's why he's a guy who can average upwards of 10 assists a game. You see his first hang dribble here. He loves the skip. That skip is a great move for you guys to use if you're struggling to make reads, especially coming out of pick and roll situations. This could lead to less turnovers. This could lead to easier reads to make. And once again, you see him going into a skip. He's taking his time. He's jogging to a spot. This is what game speed looks like, kids. It's not always sprinting. Now watch this play as he hits his skip again. He changes directions. Every fake that you do is an opportunity to use the defense aggressiveness against them. He uses 2 fakes, leads to the easy basket. Follow, subscribe. Please check out our TikTok and Instagram. We love to help you.